Hello, beautiful people. Welcome once again to Teledom TV. And this is your number one dial when it comes to boxing, MMA, anything martial art and entertainment as well. Subscribe to the channel to keep us active, to keep us, doing the interactions with you. Keep your comments coming in and then like everything we put here because we are here for you and always make us number one. Kwame tell you once again. Now, come Saturday, the 24th of September 2022. The boxing heavyweight division will actually be experiencing a heavy shake-up, probably not in rankings, but as to who fights who next year and who fights for which titles next year. The heavyweight titles are now with only two people. The first one, which is the WBC title, is with the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, and then the WBO, WBA, IBF/IBO titles, as well as the Ring Magazine's champion, linear champion, is with Alexander Usyk, who defeated Anthony Joshua just last month to unify all those titles. So we are probably waiting for an undisputed fight between Tyson Fury and then Alexander Usyk until Usyk said he can't fight this year until next year. So the heavyweight division should probably be getting a little shake-up where there will be eliminators as to who actually become mandatory challenger to any of the belts. So Joseph Parker, who is a household name, who has been around for some time, who has been a former heavyweight champion, has 32 bouts to his name at the professional level. He's 130 and lost 2. Now those 2, one came by the fist of Anthony Joshua when they fought for the WBO and then the WBA IBF unified titles, and then the second one coming by way of Dillian White, who is also another Brit. So he's actually lost to Dillian White and then Anthony Joshua. Joe Joyce, the other Joe, coming from London, but will be fighting in Manchester, which also a city in England. What's the name? A knockout specialist. He's fought 14 times. He's won 14, but 13 of those fights never went the distance. He actually knocked all his opponents out. His name may probably not be ringing so much bell in the ears of many boxing fans or many people, but he's a formidable heavyweight because he's got some, good names. He's defeated some good names. Notable analysts, Carlos Takam. He defeated Carlos Takam. His last fight came against Christian Hammer, who he knocked out. He also defeated, Brian Jennings, and Brian Jennings has probably been the only boxer he never knocked out. He went the distance with Brian Jennings, and that was a unanimous decision. So he is 37 years. I wouldn't say he's young, but pedigree wise, he's probably not there with the likes of Anthony Joshua, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and probably Joseph Parker. So Saturday will probably determine if he's probably in that league, because Joseph Parker has probably been one of those people who had been up there, dropped down a little bit, and he's actually picking up and will be challenging for one of the titles should he defeat Joe Joyce on Saturday. But what has probably got people talking and a lot of reactions to that is the fact that Joseph Parker, who is from New Zealand, is probably claiming that most of the fans that will troop to the AO Arena in Manchester to watch the showdown between himself and then Joe Joyce will all be cheering him on. They will be cheering him on to defeat the homeboy. Though Joe Joyce is from London, but Manchester is part of England. He's sitting in England. So he's a homeboy. He's probably fighting at home. But Joseph Parker is actually claiming the crowd, or he's actually saying the crowd will be cheering him on. And he's actually basing that on the fact that he's won 3 fights at the AO Arena in Manchester. He's one of the guys who probably like fighting in England. So his 2 fights against Derek Chisora, one he won by split decision and the other one unanimously, were all at the AO Arena in Manchester. So that should probably tell that he's okay, he knows the arena very well, and the people in Manchester have actually witnessed him fight over there. So he may be saying that based on good grounds. Joe Joyce is from London, and London is also a city on its own, and Joe Joyce has probably been a homeboy fighting most of his bouts in London. So going to Manchester to fight someone who has probably fought there a couple of times, I think the person probably has the right to claim ownership to the crowd. So come Saturday, that's the 24th of September 2022, it will probably be a very interesting fight. Joe Joyce, who relies so much on power, judging by the fact that out of his 14 professional fights, he's won all, and then 13 of those bouts were never, or they never saw the 12th round. He knocked all his opponents. And apart from Brian Jennings, who probably went a distance with him, and Parker is someone who doesn't have that good knockout percentage compared to Joe Joyce, though he's actually knocked out 21 of his opponents and then 9 wins by decision or 9 went the distance. It's probably a good returns when it comes to knockout percentage. But for Joe Joyce, that's almost 100%. It's so probably 98 or 97% knockout, because 14 and only 1 going by way of distance. So it's power against technique probably on Saturday. Power is a technique, though. You have to be very good before you can actually use your power or your heavy punches. So what do we expect? I'm vouching for Joseph Parker based on experience, yeah, and then also very familiar with the ground. It's in Manchester, and he has a very good record at Manchester. He was the is probably a Brit in Manchester on 2 occasions. That should probably tell you that there's someone who actually knows the arena, in and out of the arena. So we should witness what will happen. But I'm vouching for Joseph Parker, judging by the fact that he's got so much experience, 32 bouts, and then facing some of the tough guys in the division. That should probably do him some good. So come what may, we should see Joseph Parker defeating Joe Joyce, who is probably undefeated. So that's Kwame Tele's prediction. What's your prediction? Keep your comments in, and we see who probably will be winning on Saturday. Once again, subscribe to the channel. This is Teledom TV, and it's your #1 host, Kwame Tele. Bye-bye.